Hello and welcome to Team Fortress TV's coverage of GA. Today, or with this cast, I'm welcomed by nuze. You've probably seen him throughout the day playing, but he's decided to take a break and is now casting. So
I am indeed casting. How are you, zeFrosty?
I'm doing good. Yeah, I've been sort of casting on and off all day, so it's good to have a fresh face on the scene.
I've just been busy playing.
Yeah, I know,
Some
right?
really fun games so far on this land, and I think it's been a lot closer than most people coming into it kind of expected it to be. Like, teams have been having close games with
Everyone.
like even the first and fourth seeds. I think Nerd Rage had a close game with Denis Gaming.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, the land's just been great so far, and I think this is probably going to be a good best of three. I'd expect it to go to 3 maps.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
there's some real talent on both these teams as well.
Like, it's kind of scary to think that all 4 teams have got a chance of winning it, I guess. I mean, they're all doing so well. I mean, it was kind of a... I don't think I didn't get a chance to watch the top 5 game last, but I assume they put on pretty good showing.
Yeah, I think they kind of controlled the game for the most part, but it wasn't as clear-cut as I would have thought it would have been.
Oh, right,
especially because they were against the 4th seed. I would have thought it would have been, you know, quite a roll. But that being said, we're going into the start of the game now, zeFrosty, so why don't you take us to mid? Yeah,
going on to the first mid, sort of going to kind of just see what's happening on that legendary Gully Wash map here today. Looks like both teams opting to go on their choke. Does look like they're just taking each other's side. You see that big bomb and then coming from Doll, just trying to get something. Enjoyed actually going down Doll, taking down Olga and Enjoyed in that, and then the whole team has just had to completely back out of there. There's just nothing they could do. And we see him, he's going for more. He's got 2 on mid and he's trying to get Kinty up in this upper area, but looks like if he's not careful, he could have got caught out there.
Yeah, it was really nice initiation from Doll at the start of that mid to get 2 picks, and now they're just rolling it into second. Dream with a pick onto Kinty. They do trade, but in this situation, with the height advantage in the position that blue team have, they're just going to be able to take this point. Doll goes down to a sticky trap, so with 2 picks, I think red team might be looking to push this out a little bit. They're kind of taking position in lobby, but I think they're still just taking too much spam in river, so they are just going to have to back out. With even Ubers and Doll dead, I think they might opt to take an off class here. I wouldn't be surprised, but yeah, it looks like Doll's going spy now. I don't know if he's just checking for off classes or if he is actually going to come into big door. Yeah, he's going into lower now, so we might be seeing a spy play soon. I'd like to see them get some sort of distraction, maybe fake a push just so that the red team's a bit more distracted for this spy play that's coming in. But it looks like they've got a full hold right now on last with the sentry. Yeah. They've not got any other off classes, but you might see a heavier sniper pretty soon. Yeah, definitely. I think they're going to have to be maybe trying to get some sort of spam coming in through maybe that riverside or through main, just to create some sort of distraction for Doll, because I mean, in this sort of setting, it's not really the noise cues that you're really going to be looking for. I mean, it's going to be all the other things, because they've got so much noise coming around them at land, they won't maybe even hear the decloak. So if he's just got the timing down, then he could potentially get onto what seems to be Glastry on the medic at the moment, trying to see what he can do there. I mean, a lot of the kind of seems like they've changed up their classes a little bit. I know Enjoyed was playing medic earlier and Karnax was playing medic in the first map, but now they've got Glastry, so it seems like they're just looking to swap up those classes and sort of see who can outperform each other. More as a mix so far this LAN. Like when they started, I think Enjoyed was playing Scout, but they are taking the Uber into lobby quite aggressively, and there's nothing there for them to get. I think maybe Doll forced on the spy. I didn't see that, but
yeah, I think
no, Enjoyed's full health, so I don't know what caused them, or sorry, Glastry's full health. I don't know what caused them to pop there. Yeah,
I was looking at that, and it looks like Doll uncloaked his spy. They all found him, and then he kind of just panic popped, which is a bit of a questionable decision there, giving the full Uber advantage to the enemy team, and they might be able to just take this in. I don't even think they know that the Uber has been forced off, because they were so deep in when they tried to do this. And it does look like they're sending in 3 people to go for that sack onto the medic, and they do get him down because they obviously just didn't know that he had forced that Uber off. But either way, Glastry is down. They're going to be 100% sure that they have the Uber advantage now, I guess. So once Clem and Dream come back up, I think they're going to be able to take this into last.
Yeah, and there was just too much ground for red team to cover to get any sort of position. So like they were just taking damage by walking into lobby, and without heals, they're not really going to do anything there. So full Uber advantage, and it looks like they're going in main now. They pop in a scout and demo. There's a sentry on left that they need to deal with, and it's still alive. It's not going down yet, and it's kind of disastrous, but I think there was no real defense on the actual point, and they managed to just walk in and cap.
Yeah, that was a bit of an odd one there. Karnax had actually came up as spy to try and defend that. Not really too sure what their thoughts were. I think everyone rotated through spawn at the same time, so Alien just got on the point, and that was curtains for that round. But going into this second mid, it'll be interesting to see where these demo men go. Olga opting to go that big door, just the same as Elikor is getting that spam off, and he does take down the scout. Really good play from Olga there, giving his team that massive advantage right at the start of the map. But Glastray has actually been taken down by Alien, and that is a disastrous pick there. But unfortunately for the rest of the blue team, there's just nothing they could do, and they got completely mulched by the aggression of the other team. But yeah, that was a bit crazy. I mean, Olga taking down that scout so early just got them right into that fight and got them in a position that they just could not lose that mid.
Yeah, it was such an early pick, and not only that, I think Amma got behind into drop down, and one of the blue soldiers fell off the point, so they had position in the high ground on mid, and with the initial pick they could just steamroll it through, and because I mean, Glastry did die on the mid, but all their other 5 players stayed alive, so they're able to take second for free, and there's not really any sort of defense that the blue team can get onto second. I thought they might have maybe gone for Vaccinator there, or maybe a bit more of a hold, but it looks like they're again just sticking with the one-off class on the NG, and its Ubers. But we do see a spy on 96 is what I have in melee stats on my HUD.
Yeah, I think that's Karnax. I think that's what he calls himself these days. But yeah, he does actually get the pick onto Raph as we speak, and that is a disastrous one for the blue team here. They're 1 round up, and it looks like they're going to get equalized pretty quickly. I mean, only 20% until Glastray has his Uber, and he'll be able to just take that in with the rest of his team through River or through Shutter, depending on what they want to do. But it looks like they're not even waiting for the Uber. They're just trying to get in, peek that heavy as quick as they possibly can, try and force them into that spawn door. And if a scout plays a point here, then it could be completely over, but they don't realize that the sentry is behind the point, and they're having to focus that down, and now the rotating wave is just going to completely push them out here, and that Uber has completely been wasted just by that one sort of sentry position behind the point.
Yeah, it was a bit tentative the way they were going in. I think he was on 94%, but there was not really anything holding them at the choke, no stickies or a soldier or a pyro, so they were able to just walk in and take the space as they got Uber, and then by the time they'd already got the position, it was just a matter of cleaning frags and playing with heals. So a bit slow for a last push, but I mean, it still works, and it's a good way of doing it, and in the end it was a clean last push, so I have to give them credit for that.
Yeah,
going into this mid though, I think blue team are changing it up. They're going for a right side mid, and they've taken the high ground on right and locked out some of the red team. There's a really close fight on the red choke right now. One soldier trading for the blue demo, and the frags are trading again, zeFrosty. I'm not sure which way this is going.
Yeah, it's looking like it's sort of it was really close for a minute there, but I think we have gone into a pause. But the way this is going, we do see Kinty is actually behind, so he can potentially maybe stop that Clem getting that capture, and Olga looking like he's wanting to kind of push back in here, but Enjoyed is in absolutely no position really to get anything on there. He's got 61 health, he's on the low ground, and all of the enemy team can see him, and I just don't think this is going to work out for him. But if the aggression of Kinty and Olga get synced up properly, then I think this could go their way.
Yeah, it's interesting. Sometimes you see on mid-fights, depending on how much damage the teams have been taking and how their medics have been positioned, that you'll have slight Uber advantages. I mean, right now it's not much, but there's like a 10% Uber advantage for red team. And blue team have their demo and soldier down, or demo and pocket even. And comparing that to scout and soldier, I think demo's quite an important pick, especially on mid-fights. So I think with that tiny bit of advantage that, you know, they'll get Uber quicker in the fight if they need to. Both medics are a bit tagged, and the health's not really favoring either team. So I think it's on Olga really to make the difference here, as he's the demo. He's the player that red team has that blue team doesn't. So if he can put out damage with, or area denial with his stickies, and secure frags with his pipes, or even spam people out with area denial with his pipes, I think this could be a secured repush onto mid. Yeah, definitely. Actually, because it's paused, I don't know how much the cap time's actually gone through. It does look like on my HUD, like it's all the way capped, but I don't think it's actually...
No, I don't think it's anywhere near the full capture. I mean, I'm looking over at the other HUD and it doesn't look like it's any different. But yeah, I definitely agree with you there with a lot of the pressure being on Olga trying to get that damage, because he's got the medic beam like on him right now, and you can see that all 3 of the enemy fragging classes are right in front of him. So if anyone's going to make the difference, I think it's going to be him.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of on Enjoyed and Kinty right now to create an opening, because they're both kind of still committed to the mid. Enjoyed's kind of weak. I'm not sure if he can get back in, but
yeah,
like you said before, Kinty is behind on choke, and I don't think he's been spotted. So if they can get some spam off, maybe get some damage or even a pick, I think it would be a really good entry for Olga to walk in with his heals and pound the blue gamers on mid.
Yeah, like if both the scouts and the blue team don't notice that Kinty bomb is coming from behind them, then they could potentially be fucked. I mean, you've got what, Raf is down to nearly 100 HP. If he gets off one good rocket, he could potentially take the Raf down. Glastric can just back up and get his uber charge, because it's not like he's that far away. So really just depends on how they play this mid.
All right. While we have a bit of downtime, do you know what the other 2 maps are? I had to go to the toilet just before we cast it.
Let me check. I'm pretty sure Turbo Dabs did tell me just a minute ago. Yeah, we've got Gully Wash first, and then I think we've got Process and Reckoner after that. So I don't know what the exact don't know which one's map 2 and which one's map 3, but I know that they're the other ones. I
think so. We just played this blue team. I don't know what their full name is actually.
Yeah, no.
The team with Eliker. I mean, I would remember, but all the teams have French names this LAN, with the exception of like Red Team, which is Denis Gaming, and Nerd Rage.
Yeah, I think the ones on the right are Denis Gaming, but the other ones are like the Bros with
Brocante.
Golf at the end of the name. I can't remember.
I can't remember what it is. I don't speak French.
Yeah, from what I heard earlier, I'm pretty sure it's named after a golf course near one of where London lives. So if you can decode that, then good luck on you.
But yeah, this team we played just then, we played them on Process and Product.
All right.
We're not going to see Product on this best of 3, but in the Process game, they played quite well. Like, it was, we were going in as the higher seed, and I was expecting it to be a bit more, in our favor. But the first like 4 rounds, it was 2-2, and it was like pretty close. They were playing well until we kind of got into our stride. And I think Denis Gaming, I don't remember if we played them on Process, but don't think they're as strong. Especially, I mean, they've been mixing this. It kind of confuses me. They've been switching classes a lot. I think Glastry's been playing. I think they all at least be playing 2 classes. Yeah. I know, like, Amma was playing Demo, Enjoyed was playing Medic, Karnax was playing Medic. It's just a bit of a strange team. But to be fair, it doesn't seem like it's affecting their results that much.
No, it seems like they can all sort of work around each other on these different ones. Kind of like they got in Mumble and then just went last to spec, and then that's the one that's Medic, just classic DMX style, or just you snooze, you lose kind of thing. But yeah, kind of. I know that. I think the reason I enjoyed switched off at the start was because it maybe had a bit of a lackluster game and he was kind of just not feeling it. But after that, I mean, he seems to be doing all right.
I remember in that first game, I don't know if a lot of people know about Enjoyed, but he's like an insane sniper, especially on LAN. Like, I know he's had some stream highlight clips, but like the first round we played against them, I think it was the first map that we played in the tournament. He went sniper for the first round, or for most of it, and he destroyed us.
Oh wow! Okay.
And that's how they got the first round. And after that, we rolled it because he went back to scout. But like, if he and like Process coming up and Reckoner as well, they're both good maps for sniper.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, even Gully as well. If they're playing to stalemates on last, or even mids, like I think if they can get Enjoyed sniping, because now he's on scout, not medic. Yeah. I think that might be a really big asset in this game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's kind of hard to snipe on Gully Wash because a lot of it's a bit compact, but there are definitely those sightlines like in Big Door we saw earlier. Can't remember who it was, but one of the players. I think it was against your team on Gully Wash. They came through and basically got a big sightline and through that big door, and he took off your scout and then he took off you while you were using Vaccinator. It was like a really good play. I suppose it's very situational. I mean, there's some situations where you can sort of utilize that sniper, but it's kind of hard sometimes.
It's kind of tricky for, especially in like at LANs, TF2 is generally faster paced than online. It just, I don't know, it feels so much more fluent, and I think people are more like they can rely on their mechanics a bit more because they can just hit more shots and like can dodge more. Surfing rockets I find is really easy on LAN. I don't know why, but but I think like when you get to that stage at Sniper where you're really consistently good and you can hit your shots like Flippy or to be honest, from what I've seen of Enjoyed, he's like pretty nuts.
Yeah.
When you get to that level on Sniper and you're just that consistent, I feel like it's not that hard to run at any time. And we do see a little bit of an unpause pause. So I think we will be going back live soon.
Hopefully. I mean, at the moment we did hear one rocket get fired off, I'm pretty sure. Some sort of clipping in the background. So hopefully that means the unpause pause. Letting the guy back in the server kind of thing, so I'm assuming someone just kind of crashed, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, looking at it, no one, even in that half second, no one on red made any moves, so
no.
I think Kinty and Enjoyed may be coordinating something here.
Hopefully.
To get this entry on this, what is this? I forget, Scorching Flames? The Scorching Flames scout on mid?
Is that? Yeah, definitely.
I'm so far from being a trader.
Not a trader main? Oh no.
I should be. That's where the money is.
Yeah, exactly. Have you not been watching the cast? I mean, if you buy hats on marketplace.tv, then that's really what you got going for you. But it does look like we're back in the game now, and Kinty actually is going behind. He does get some good damage, and Clem eventually craters, but Alien does clean him up. So
see, now Red have Uber actually. I don't know if they're going to be able to use this. They are trying to take the point, and I think Raph knows that he didn't have it yet, so they were playing passively, but now that they've got the Uber, they're happy to just walk forward. Karnax was in behind. He gets the force as well. I think Raph was trying to pop for his teammate because he's still on 120 health, but the red team are coming in with the Uber. Enjoyed getting the first frag onto Dream. They're trying to peek choke to see if they can get anything else, but they do need to cap.
Actually, if you look here, Olga's just been launched completely in. He gets a nice pipe onto Elikor, but unfortunately not able to finish it off. Glassray going down, and then Ama kill binding. So I don't know what happened there with the red team. I think they just got a bit impatient and decided, you know what, we're just going and deal with it kind of thing. But yeah, they had that mid secured, and they've kind of just thrown it away with a bit of a combination of a few things there. But we do see Karnax up on that spy. He does take the pack right in front of their faces, but they didn't notice. Oh no, he did. He uncloaked a little bit too close for comfort, and Doll was able to take him out. But yeah, this is looking like it's going to be a second point for the blue team.
I really liked that the blue team did there. They stacked the mid like pretty efficiently, and they managed to deny like 4 spawners. There's sometimes like in the current meta of TF2 where I think people don't really stack to deny spawns like too often, and there's sometimes where you could deny 2 spawns and like create a player advantage to just take second point. And I like that they did that there because it just really secured it. I mean, they had full advantage anyway, but it just means that they can take this point and take the super in that they're doing now.
Yeah, it does look like they're going to be taking this in. Some really good sticky aggression coming out of Elikor. They're taking down the Sentry and Olga, so there's no Demo Man to stave off the aggression at this point. And it looks like all the red team have had to stack onto the point to try and deny it, and in the end it's just not enough. Blue team able to clean up that round from just a really great aggression play from Elikor there, just to completely dominate his team.
Elikor, he had a really good entry and got 2 really early frags and then just got into position behind the point. I think that was really well played from him, like doing what he does best in my opinion, which is just walking forward and putting out damage. The guy has insane mechanic, so I'm going to be watching him in this mid zeFrosty.
Yeah, no, he's doing good there. He's already put a sticky trap on that drop down area. Unfortunately, when Ama jumped up there, he's put the stickies in his face and he's kind of taking all of his own damage. But Enjoyed does take down Clem, and frags are being traded across this point. It's looking pretty good for Elikor here. He's just being able to walk across the point for free. No aggression is really coming towards him, but it does look like Kinty is going to do something. But oh, we do see Doll behind here. He's getting some good rockets onto the medic, and he goes into Big Door, and he does actually take him down in that elbow. Glassray, not enough movement can defend him from Doll there. That was really a clutch pick after losing so many players to get the medic in that situation. Potentially saved the last push from turning into another round and making it 2-2.
Yeah, that was a nice pick there. Glassray did have quite a nice surf and like got into the elbow, but I don't think he had enough teammates to kill Doll quickly enough, and he was able to get the second rocket off to secure the frag. Blue team are pushing out onto second now. Ama's in and he gets Raph out. I think he was hiding up top and no one checked it. So they are going to be able to get second, but red team has heals and a medic, and there isn't any buffs on blue, so Karnax gets an entry pick onto Doll, playing that sniper in Big Door. They are trying to pressure into mid, but they are just going to feed players, and I think Clem's going to go down as well. So They should be. Ellicor going down. So Karnax is hitting insane headshots just now. Maybe I was talking about the wrong play. Maybe it's not Enjoyed, but it's Karnax we should be watching.
Yeah, maybe Enjoyed is sitting on Karnax's PC right now, getting all the headshots. I mean, I think blue team there, they were trying to get in and make something out of that Raph pick that kind of screwed them over, but in the end, the red guys, Denis Gaming, just completely wiping them up. And we see Karnax here, he's getting another headshot onto Jarima actually, and completely opening it up for his team. He's doing such a great job. If he can keep that up, this is going to look very good for them. But we do see the Uber coming in through with the Demoman and the Scout through that shutter door, just trying to get everyone to rotate. That sentry does eventually go down, and they have got the one pick. And if they play their heals right here, they could get this point. Clem does take down Kinty, but Karnax is just ringing out headshots for his team, just really opening everything up. He does overextend a little bit there, but there's nothing you can really do about that. Ellicor is going to have to be down to him, I think. He's only got 4 HP, but if he isn't careful, he's going to get taken down.
Yeah, and they end up losing 3 frags after that Uber advantage push. Now, I'm a demo main, and I tend to see flaws in demos when they play. I saw Olga coming in there. He got a good entry to the top right as he gets a sticky trap defending second, but he didn't put any damage onto left side as they were rotating out of the spawn, so I think he could have put out like so much damage to deny that, and Enjoyed going down as well, but Raph does have to pop here, and they're trying to take it in. They get Glastree, they get Olga. And now Ellicor finished off Kinty with a nice ham frag, so they're going to get second for free here as they take it into mid. Now, with the 4 players down, I think if they stack the cap here and maybe get another... Well, they get another 2 frags. So yeah, if they just deny these spawns, they should be able to get second for free and be on last pretty soon with a sizable Uber advantage. I think it's about 40 now. So I'd be looking at red team to try and get off classes on last. Maybe Vaccinator as well, because that can be really strong.
Yeah, we do see Enjoyed on the sniper taking down Ellicor. I don't think he's going to be able to get much else on there, but that's a really crucial pick on this last. I mean, getting a demo man frag is always something that you're going to be looking for, because they're just such good area denial, but it doesn't look like it's bothered them one bit. The soldiers of Dream and Doll are just cleaning up house, putting out some mad damage, but I think Doll getting a bit over-eager from that, and does fall in that lobby area, but if... the whole of red team has just been completely destroyed. That 50% Uber advantage is on the side of blue team. The golfers, or the bros, or whatever you want to call them, it looks like they're in a really good position here, and they're going to try and take this Uber through that shutter door, which they have. And again, they've taken Ellicor and that Scout, and they're putting so much damage. Ellicor playing it right, putting Stickies in that crucial position to play the point, and everyone's had to drop onto the floor on the side of red team, and it's a bit unfortunate for the red guys there. Denis Gaming could have really easily picked that up if they just coordinated their spam, but the DM from blue team was just enough to stop them getting that point.
It was really good aggression onto the second point when they had the players. They had killed both scouts and they hadn't spawned on last, so they knew they weren't going to be any off classes. With a 50% advantage, that's exactly what you want. But Doll does get the force in lobby onto Glastree, so I think blue team, I think they're content to just give up second here. But we saw the same mistake that Olga made from Ellicor. It wasn't quite as bad because he did put stickies on the point, but I feel like he should just put the stickies on top left to damage the rotating players, because it's so much easier for his team to focus it. But that being said, he is trying to get traps up as Glastree goes down to Alien, as red team are trying to push into mid here.
Oh my god, Alien is just absolutely crushing them right now. He gets that pick onto the medic, and then Karnax just W's towards him to try and get him down, but he's having none of it and just snipes him right out the fucking sky there. Really good from him there. But we do see Kinty actually is trapped behind, going down that drop down area. I don't think he's been noticed, so it'll be interesting to see what he can try and get here. Oh, he's just, he realizes he's been seen, and he's just going to sort of hightail it out onto last, try and get that defense up a little bit stronger rather than having one other player down. And this Uber advantage for the golfers is going to be something that they're going to do again. Maybe do that same demo man push, but looks like they're going through main this time, trying to get some damage onto the picks, and then they do get Glastree and they get Karnax, and it's just completely crumbling for them. Ellicor playing that point with ease, and it's going to be 3-1 to the bros.
That was really good. It didn't look like Denis Gaming was like expecting that push just then. They weren't really ready. Astri was like quite forward in position. They really didn't have anything covering the point. That wasn't a good hold. But that being said, that was an instance where the aggression the blue team was like we saw as they were pushing into second. That time it paid off really well because they kept the momentum going into last, and there was no chance of Denis holding that last point.
Yeah, and anyway, going on to this mid, it looks like both teams have opted to take each other's side, and they're just going to be mirroring each other. We do see Clem getting onto Glastry and taking him down. And now if the blue team just play their picks right, they should be able to clean this up. We do see all the guys on red team feeding in, trying to get Raph, but he's just taking nothing of it. I mean, he even gets Karnax down as well, and it's enjoyed. It's all on him. He's only got 83 health, but he's going to have to try and make something of it here. I mean, he is at least on the right side of mid, but Doll trying to sort of pick him off, but in the end they kind of just bump heads and then call it a night, and then just go back to their team capping off this midpoint. And then again, blue team have this 100% Uber advantage, and there's nobody from red on second. We do see Ama is in a position to try and maybe bomb onto Choke, which he is doing right now. Gets on a big bomb, but Raph is so far back, and he even gets the force. Oh my god, that's ridiculous. The soldier and the scout were there, plus the demo man, and he just allowed to walk right past and get that force onto Raph.
I mean, there was one soldier already in second, so he saw the jump from Ama, so it really, that should be called, and the golfer shouldn't be able to get forced there. They should react better to the call, but I don't know, maybe he wasn't looking at the right way at the right time, and maybe he didn't see him, but that's like, it was a pretty big risk for Ama to go for that early, but he made it pay off, and I think Raph's going to be asking questions of his team because they shouldn't have been able to force him just there. And off that, I think there's a 40% Uber advantage that does get popped out from Glastry as they're taking this into big door.
Yeah, there was no. I don't think there was really any need to use that Uber out there. I mean, maybe they were just afraid of the stickies getting him to drop his Uber, but if they just took it up top, everyone was in big door. They maybe could have just sort of forced everyone out rather than using that Uber, and they haven't even got second off of it. They all the guys from the blue team just got back onto that midpoint, and they've completely countered the aggression here. They just went in far too deep with that Uber, and they've, instead of getting on to second, they've just kind of been crushed back to their last. But luckily they have been able to take down a lot of the enemy gamers, but it's just Kinty here on this last point, and if he doesn't able to take a little car down, it could have been bad there. But in the end, a bit of a messy fight where it was a Uber going through big door, and then they just got countered Ubered right back onto themselves, and nearly making that another 4-1 round.
Yeah, for sure. I think that was like a bit more of an instance where their aggression was a negative thing there. Like they got overzealous. I think it was a medic and scout just pushing in main into last when they had like height disadvantage. There was spawners coming in soon. Their team was on second, and it's just not playing the odds properly. And if you want to play aggressive in TF2 and you want to make it work like consistently, you need to keep track of advantages like that. And height advantage especially is like a big one. Like if you're playing without Uber, it's just so much easier to get damage when you're playing on high ground. And they've taken lobby now, and they're trying to push in with 30% disadvantage. Maybe they're just going for a force. I'm not too sure what's happening here.
Yeah, it looks like they are going for the force. They do have 80% Uber up right now. Raph is nowhere to be seen on that point, but they have lost Dream, and it does look like a few of their players are caught in behind. Doll and Clem going down as well. So, I mean, they do at least get the force off him, but if the same thing happens again here, if they take this Uber in too aggressively, and as you say, don't take that height advantage and play the odds properly, then they could really screw themselves over. And it does look like the spawners are coming up in a few seconds. If they use it, I think it looks like they've used this Uber onto them, and they're all the way in their last, but if they don't just get some cap time, then this is going to be all for nothing.
Yeah, I think there was a scout on a second, and they had to keep one soldier behind to deal with it. So as they were pushing into last, there was only a demo and scout against 3 players, and they got the first pick, which was nice, but it took way too long to get the second pick, so that the spawners came in and it just ruined the push. But again, there's some overextensions from Denis Gaming as well. Enjoyed dying in lobby, so with the advantage for red, but a player down, I think it's a good time for the golfers to go for a force.
Yeah.
They have Dream like peeking into lobby, but I didn't notice actually they do have Alien on Sniper, so they might just play with that, and Dream does go down while he's overextended a little bit. Yeah,
I think they're going to just be trying to do something with the sniper, as the Uber is actually taken into mid again. I mean, this is the same thing that happened last time. They overextended into mid and didn't get any kills with the Uber, and then just got forced all the way back. But it does look like they've taken down Doll, but even now, Glastry nearly getting his head taken off by Alien there. If they're not careful, this could go really bad for them. But yeah, it does look like it's worked out in the
I'm not sure if
this time.
I'm not sure if the stream caught that, but Raph was backing out from big door and he walked into drop down, which is just a death spot for Medic. Like, what can you do there? And one of the soldiers from Denis Gaming shot him with one rocket for like 40 or 50 damage, and he shot him for a second one, and Raph actually surfed it up, drop down into his own choke, and walked away on like 10 HP. That was pretty ridiculous, but good play from Raph there.
Yeah, definitely.
As they are keeping Alien on Sniper with an Uber advantage, so I think they're going to be using this as they go drop down aggressively this time.
Yeah, I think this time he did mean to fall down the drop down, taking that big door, that classic Crowns play, but enjoyed trying to get back there, but Alien is having absolutely none of it, taking his head clean off his shoulders, and this is going to be a mid for blue. But yeah, as you said, taking that, it's been popularized by Crowns actually, where they go down that drop down push and just take right side as if it was like a big door push, and there's no spam coming into them. It's just such a great way to get in. If you're able to get through drop down for free, then you've basically won the mid. But yeah, we do see Kinty and Olga down for the red team, so the Golfers are going to just come straight through here. There's no spam aggression to sort of stop them coming through, but unfortunately their Uber is forced off, but they're still going to be able to get off the second point.
Yeah, their Uber, you don't get anything with Uber, but I think they're still going to try and commit for something. You go for a force and they do get pop off from Glass Street, and now they're just going to be backing out of lobby, hopefully not dying to anything here, but there's so much pressure on Elikor. I think he gets some arrows from Raph, so well played. And now they get the pick on Enjoy. They might get the pick on Olga as well, and that's some really good defensive play from the Golfers, but unfortunately Kinty manages to get some miracle 3k in, I think it was like a 1v3 in big door.
Yeah,
so well played to Kinty, like getting some consolation frags there, and I think Red might be able to push out, or at least deny the blue soldiers from being aggressive here.
Yeah, it was kind of unfortunate there. I mean, they got out. Elikor was doing such a great job of avoiding all that damage, but unfortunately it was all for nothing. Amma actually going in for the pick onto Raph. He does get some good damage off of him, but Enjoyed is the one to pick up the frag in the end, and that has got themselves a 50% Uber advantage, and everyone but Alien is being deceased. He's up on the sniper class, so if anyone's going to make a play, his time is now. Looks like he's trying to get some sneaky sniper spot through the cracks in the middle of mid, looking up at big door, but unfortunately for him, they've just pushed through choke, and now he's basically rendered completely useless. He does eventually go down, but
and Doll,
yeah, it's crazy.
Doll got in up drop down, and he was in onto Glass Street unseen, and he gets the frag. So,
my God, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, I just managed to catch it in time. So the Golfers, they've got the heal advantage, and it looks like they've got better position on second as well. They just need to deal with this the scout in big door, which they get the frag, and now there's a soldier aggressing onto Elikor and Raph, but they deal with him as well. So that's really good defensive play. Counter the aggression, and another bomb in from Kinty, who's also trying to get onto Raph. Gets so much damage, and he does get the pick. And with just Glastry alive, I think he has a spawner coming in soon with Enjoyed. They'll have to give up mid here, but they will have Uber advantage. So a lot of leapfrogging play with the frags. You think it's going one way, there's one med pick, and then it goes to the other team.
Yeah, normally it's leapfrogging Ubers, but this time they're just kind of sacrificing everyone for the enemy medic. And it kind of, it's a bit messy, kind of reminiscing of like a TF2 center where all it is kill the medic, and we win. But yeah, it's crazy to see how these medics are just sort of getting hung out to dry a lot of times, and it's kind of unfortunate for them. But yeah, we do see here the Golfers are actually on mid, and it's still 3-1. So I mean, all in all, they've got the advantage in this. It's in their favor to just kind of stalemate it out, despite having the slight Uber disadvantage. But Olga going down is going to completely stop any thoughts of them trying to push this, even if they do have 30% ad. I don't think they're going to be wanting to push through a choke without their demo man.
Yeah, I think now, if anything, is a good time to go for a sack for the Golfers, because without sticky traps on the chokes, I feel like that's a big thing that affects how easy it is for soldiers or scouts to get entry, is like they'll get juggled by stickies. But if there's no stickies there, I think it's really worth pushing, and I think again that's another thing that you don't see much. But they are trying to take an aggressive Uber from red team. They take a trade, they manage to get the force, and Olga dies somehow, Enjoyed as well. So that's really not the kind of Uber that you want to be taking into mid. Yeah, and there's just some aggression from the Golfers to counter it.
We do see Kinty actually hiding above that big door. Does get a pick onto Elikor. He does eventually back out, but it's just the soldiers up for Denis Gaming that are actually going to be able to do anything. So It doesn't look like they decided not to coordinate their bombs, and Dream picking them out of the sky there. They're going to just completely roll this onto last. No heals up for the side of Denis Gaming, and everyone is just crumbling here. If they just keep that height and then play the point, they should be able to get this. The heals are not even out of spawn. Glastry's forced in the spawn there, and Olga goes down as well. But Karnax is somehow making this work for his team, and they're so close to capturing the point. But they're just not able to do it. Raph, is he going to be able to get that pick onto Amma? No.
Oh my god.
He's down at 41 HP. If he just got one Uber saw off, he would have been able to capture that. That's so unfortunate.
I feel like they just weren't quite focusing targets quite well enough. And when you go in like that aggressively, and you're fighting so close to the red spawn, if you don't get the frags quickly and you're not focus firing, they're going to get respawns. And that's what happened there. It was so close on like 3 separate occasions for them capping it, but they didn't quite get it. And we do see Alien on Sniper. I think he's in his own choke.
Yeah, he definitely is. He's picking off heads red, left, right, and center. Elikor also taking down Amma. So I think this is their time. They've got 3 picks. They've got mid. They really need to push into second here and try and make something work of this. It does look like they're trying to come in through this big door, trying to make some more space for Alien to try and get those headshots. But instead, it's just going to be the combined spam of Clem and Doll just taking down the soldier there. And there's nothing they can really do. Alien trying to peek aggressively in that lower, but just getting shoved right back out again. And this is looking really good for the Golfers. As Enjoy gets taken down as well. The health is so bad for them. If they get in now, then they can definitely do this.
Dream going in a bit ahead of his team, and it is pretty close to even Ubers. Glastry's 9% away, and he doesn't have anyone to heal. Gets body shot by Alien, and Alien getting another headshot onto
Oh my
Kinty.
god. Raph is actually Ubered on the point, and it's just down to him, and is he going to do it? He gets the pick onto Amma, and he gets the pick onto Karnax. Is he going to get the last kill? He does! Oh my god! He gets the medic 3k on last with the Uber saw. Raph coming up big for his team. Absolutely incredible play. He leaves the server as well. Adds to the BM.
Oh, there's 2 minutes remaining. I think that does put it a bit beyond doubt. It's into garbage time, but that was a pretty ridiculous play. I mean, it was a bit of a mistake to be Ubered on point. Like, they weren't capping, but I mean, he more than made up for it with that 3k.
Yeah. Anyway, going on to this mid, I guess, after Raph basically secured the win for his team. Only a minute and a half left. I don't know if Denis Gaming are going to be able to do it, but Amma is already down. They do kind of walk across point, but they've taken so much spam that I don't think it's even going to matter. Yeah, they're definitely going for it. They're already in big door and going to try and stop off this rotating wave, but yeah, Glastry in such a bad position right now. If he doesn't get this Uber soon, then he's going to be deceased.
And he's on 95%, but it's just him and Olga on top. Even if he does get Uber, it's not going to be a good one. Doll ends up hurting after trying to go for a force a bit too aggressively when he didn't have health. Lastry, I think he went for a saw in the middle of that Uber, and Elikor pipes him at the same time and gets a sticky frag onto Olga as they're backing out. Enjoyed overextending a slight bit and also getting cleaned up. Actually, he might have been behind, I'm not sure.
Yeah. It was just such a bad position because they were backing out of mid trying to get to their last, but the big door push from Raph and Co just completely stopped them from getting anywhere, and I think this is it, the 5-1. They've not quite mercy rule, but they're getting there. I don't know, is it possible to get 42nd round on Gully Wash?
Maybe. I mean, TCM did a coast to coast last to last in 47 seconds. I feel like if you get a good enough mid fight, I think it is mathematically possible, but I mean, if the other team just doesn't go to mid, it's probably not going to happen. But yeah, 5-1. I think that game was a bit closer than the scoreline suggested for most of it. There was a lot of times where blue team's aggression actually worked against them. I think they weren't taking it as patiently as they should have. And I think they were a bit lucky sometimes. I think they won a lot of the pushes off the back of like good plays on mids. I think that's not really that reliable a way to play. I'd be interested to see if the mid fights change it on process, because it is quite a different map. It's there's not as much like direct high ground. Like on Gully Wash, it's very important to have your medic and demo getting onto the high ground and fighting from the high ground as a team. But on process, you can play it a bit more. You can play it by ear a bit more. You can walk up right, you can walk up left, you can play across point. I think it's a bit more dynamic of a mid fight than Gully Wash.
Yeah, we do see here actually. There's a replay of that Raf triple Uber, so getting that last point, quite an impressive one there. But it just seemed like such a bad situation where it was just his him and his scout, and then he's able to just walk off, play around with that Uber, and just get all the kills there. But yeah, as you were saying,
I think there was quite a lot of interesting plays.
Yeah,
it was getting quite messy actually about halfway through, and it maintained that throughout the game.
Definitely. Yeah, because there was a lot of situations where you kind of think the meds are just kind of cannon fodder at this point. Like it's almost like they were
just
using
everyone going in for the medic. It doesn't really matter anything else.
The classic 5-man sack. Yeah. Unfortunately, if both teams are doing that constantly, it doesn't make for any rounds. I mean.
And again, the other thing we saw a lot of was sniper. Like,
definitely.
It was just, I only saw like a few body shots in the kill feed. It was just headshot after headshot after headshot.
I know, right?
I think Alien, Karnax, and Enjoyed all sniped a little. Well, did Enjoyed snipe?
I think he did a little bit. Yeah, he got a few picks. I think near the end. I think they left it mainly down to Karnax most of the time. But either way, yeah. I mean, I think we can maybe bring up some logs here. I can remember how to do it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Rather than actually trying to read this French keyboard, I can actually just load the logs.
I've got the logs up here.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see, have I done it right? Nope. Come on. Absolutely useless. Right, well, I guess we're not looking at logs then. We've got tech support on it. Don't worry about it. I guess we can talk about something else, Will.
I've got them. They're not on the stream, but I've got them up here, so we can discuss it a little bit just before it gets on there.
Is there anything that stands out to you anyway? That
I see a lot of frags for the combo players of Brocante, or the golfers as we were calling them.
Yeah.
Doll, Eliker, and Alien, all like really good KDs. Doll 32 for 19, Eliker 29 for 16, and Alien 26 for 12.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty. And again, the headshot stat, we see Alien with 8 headshots, Karnax with 4, Kinty with 1, and Enjoyed with 1. I don't think those guys, the last two guys, were playing much sniper, but Karnax and Alien for sure, hitting a lot of shots. We do see the devil's number, Raf, getting 666 damage.
Oh wow.
He's
maybe it's a
gamer.
sign, yeah. But no, yeah, that was definitely. I see what you mean there about the sort of pardon me, of where they were getting a lot of those combo kills, because I guess in such a messy game where everyone's kind of feeding into each other all the time, those players that are around the medic are sort of more likely to get those kills.
Yeah, and I think that's reflected in the medic deaths.
Oh right.
Like the combo players looking a bit like getting more frags for the golfers, and Raf dying 6 less times than Glastery. Whereas if you look at the combo players, Olga, Kinty, and Enjoyed for Denis Gaming, they're not getting nearly as many frags.
Yeah, well, I guess we could talk about that a bit as well, as we were seeing a lot of them kind of just going aggressive into those chokes. We saw a few times Olga going through, just not really valuing his life. Like a lot of demo men, you normally see them sort of playing on the back lines, trying to spam, getting that sort of easy damage while playing around their team, sort of.
It did feel like.
Hi team, I'm here to fix your logs.
Oh, excellent! We've got another man to come and fix the logs. Fantastic.
We have a log man here.
Yep, I already did that. All right. See, it's the same number. I'm not just completely useless. Trust me.
Think we might be getting them up.
All right.
Turbo tabs is working his magic.
Oh, we already have it loaded. Oh, excellent!
We're good?
It's actually loaded up.
Okay, we're good.
Right, I'm pretty sure Turbo Tabs reloading it like 8 times has kind of broke it for me a bit, but yeah, we do finally see it on stream. So, what were you saying? You were wanting the deaths? Is that what we want to be ordering it by, maybe, or just sort of highlighting them up?
Well, we see a lot more deaths for Denis Gaming than we do for the golfers, and I think that's reflected in the score as well. Like, if you look at the kill stats, I think we see like 30 more frags for for the golfers. And one thing I noticed quite a bit is like both teams they had a good idea of what they were doing. Denis Gaming, a lot of the time, it felt like all of their players were trying to do the same thing, like whether it's go for the medic or play aggressively and get frags, that kind of thing. Yeah. But I don't think they were reacting as well as as the golfers. I think they were trying to do their own thing, and they didn't really pay too much attention to what the enemy team were doing and trying to like adapt. I think they were just like, we're doing. I think they were just
kind of a one-trick pony, kind of going for the same thing over and over again. And if it wasn't working,
they would probably roll like slightly lower level teams or lower level players, but like Dole, Elikur, and Alien. Yeah. It looks like they were pretty on today, and I don't think it was quite going to work. So, I mean, going into the next map, I'd quite like to see, well, maybe not classes getting switched again. I don't know. Maybe we can expect to see that. I mean, looking at the pre-game.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I think at the moment it's kind of looking like they're pretty much all in the same classes so far. I mean, Enjoyed actually is coming up on Medic so far in the pre-game. I don't know if that's just a bit of a pre-game of randomness, but we do see Glastry also on the Soldier, so maybe he's back on his main class. But what I'll do is I'll unload these logs because we don't need to look at them anymore. They're worthless, worthless statistics. Hide log, there we go.
I think my game crashed, so
right, okay,
so reconnect to the server.
Oh dear. And as the caster's curse would come, as soon as you crash, the game has started, so I guess I'll have to take this in a bit of a solo cast. We do see Elcor going for a bit of an unorthodox rollout, coming through that the sewer area, taking that right side. So I think most of his team are going to be trying to get that aggression on the pipe. We do see both the scouts taking that position, just playing the spam battle right now. It does look like Dream is in a position to try and maybe bomb. He's got a really good sightline on that pack. So far, then both Alien has just gone in and teared the shit up. Made a lot of room for his team, and that is Doll getting that third pick onto Glastry. And Enjoyed is going to have to just try and run out as fast as he can with Olga here. And we do see the scout trying his hardest to get in there. And if Olga doesn't hit all his pipes here, then that's exactly what was going to happen. Enjoyed and Olga going down to Alien, having an absolutely destroying them on that mid. He gets the first 2k, and then he chases so far and gets the combo down, and this is looking so good for them at this point.
Still trying to get.
He's still trying to get it all loaded up. Yeah.
I don't think I have the connect string anymore.
Oh right, okay. That doesn't help, does it? Right. So we got one caster at the moment. Let me try and get that to you if I can. I mean, last time we did this, we did actually have to use our good old-fashioned methods of just typing it out, but at this point everything's kind of going a bit haywire. I don't think any of my things are working because of this resolution, but I guess I'll just have to keep watching the game. I mean, Elcor, we do see him doing that same rollout again through sewer, getting a good amount of spam damage, and I think it's going to probably just work again, but they're getting so much damage on Amarok there. He's getting down to very low amounts of HP and has to back it up, but Dream does go down, and the health is kind of, even though it's really, really bad on the red team, they seem to have spread it out across all of their players, and they're able to sort of pick up that middle point. I'm not really too sure what happened there to stop them from getting that, to be honest, but it does look like they're trying to roll it in through second.
Yeah, I mean, I would be casting with you, but I think, yeah, again, the mid fights are probably going to be a bit more of an indicator of how the game's going, and I think if Denis Gaming can step up the process mids, I think it's a bit of an easier map to coordinate mid fights on, especially like, I mean, you can play a bit more reactively than Gullywash, I feel, and I think if they do that like well enough, I think they can probably get rolling into to get a few more rounds.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's definitely a map that a lot of people are used to playing. And certainly at least in pubs and, I mean, pugs, sorry, like PugChamp and DMXs and everything like that, everyone's sort of comfortable on process. So maybe it's going to work in their favour a bit more than Gullywash, where a bit more coordination is needed. We do see here, Enjoyed is actually going down to quite a little amount of HP after Karnax dies, but Dream unfortunately not able to get onto Enjoyed and take that pick down like he maybe should have. Maybe just needs to work on his DM a little bit, but we do see. I think it's just going to be a bit of a stalemate here. Red team do send in a soldier. That's Glastry trying to get in there, using all of his fancy unusuals to scare off the enemy team. But the positioning for the Golfers is so good. They've just completely taken this top, but unfortunately for them, they're not able to get a good enough amount of spam off, and the red team are just getting in here. They do force off the Uber eventually, but they're not really getting much. Olga does fall down, which is going to be pretty bad for them. I don't think that Demo Man pick is definitely going to be bad for them. It's so good to just spamming out that choke points. Enjoyed actually getting air shot as well, and there's nothing the red team can really do here. I think this is looking pretty dire for them. Enjoyed's dead, the 50% Uber advantage for Raph, and there's it's not looking good for them here. If their spawner is 14 seconds on Glastry, if they take too long to respawn, then it's not going to be good for them.
Yeah, with Enjoyed still down, it's a 70% advantage for Raph. And I think, yeah, they're not going to really have enough time to get proper off classes. They do have Karnax on Sniper, but unless he can get a miracle shot through Shutter here, which doesn't look like he's going to be able to do.
Yeah. Oh my god, he's peeking really aggressive there.
Yeah. Anything. Amma dies as well, so they've got the entry pick and they're walking in right side with this fully bird advantage. I think they're just going to need to play the point here, and unless the Denis gaming players can get good damage or good frags at the post end of the super, it's going to be a good round for the Golfers. We do see the final cap coming in just now, and
yeah, they kind of were just completely free to walk across that point there. They took it in right side, and there was nothing really stopping them from getting on that point. I mean, everyone else was up top or hiding in spawn. But they do get 2 picks onto Denis. 2 picks. Denis Gaming get 2 picks. It's just not enough in the end because they've got no positioning onto them. And Elikor actually going for the proper rollout this time, going to take that pack. And I think it's going to be a bit of a different mid this time, taking that left side, switching things up a little bit, and we do. See that Raph is actually going down so early on this mid. The health is looking really, really bad on the side of Denis Gaming though, so they're going to have to play these heals and try not feed everyone in. We do see both the scouts and the Demo Man on that right side, but Enjoyed just staying back and making sure that he stays alive, and eventually, slowly but surely, they're going to be winning this mid.
Really well played from Kinta. He stayed just close to Enjoyed, played with the heals just as you were saying, and cleans off both the scouts that were trying to play aggressive onto Enjoyed. I think on that last round, I think maybe because they've switched classes a little bit again, I think they switched Enjoyed from scout, swapped with Glastry, who's now playing Soldier, and Kinty, who's now playing Scout. I think maybe some of them weren't familiar with the fact that, or they forgot that they're now playing classes where you need to off-class to defend last, you know. Yeah. But that being said, they managed to win that mid, and Kinty was playing well, so maybe switching to Scout is a good thing for him to be doing. I'm not sure if there'll be any lineup that they haven't tried by the end of this LAN.
Yeah,
but they are trying to make this work through bottom right.
Yeah, Glastry taking the super in, getting onto Raph. There's not really much he can do there, getting taken down. He surfs the rocket pretty well, but there's a sticky waiting right on the ground for him. Enjoyed right after that Uber taking so much damage. He's going to have to be a bit careful, but if they just play their cards right, it's taking the slow, working those picks, taking down Elcorp, taking down Dream, and then Clem just not able on his own to stop this push from coming in, and that's a first round for them on this process map.
Yeah, sad that I couldn't really see the first round because of the game crashing, but 2-1 already, so 3 rounds and only, what, 7 minutes have been played? 7 and a bit? That's like pretty fast. Again, like what I was saying earlier, like games tend to be faster on LAN. People tend to play quicker, more aggressive. And Elikor going down to a big bomb from Amma. He does die in the end, but a demo pick on the start of this mid should be a good place to start, zeFrosty.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you mentioned fast, and Amma is all about that. He goes for the Market Gardener, doesn't quite get it, but Elikor does fall in the end. We do see Dream getting onto Enjoyed. He should have gone for that hero shot, you know, try and get in the GA frag movie, but Enjoyed slipping about, is able to avoid getting air shot or anything like that. And it looks like this team is going to try and retake this point. There's no one else really to back them up. Just one Demo Man in choke, but he's just not healthy enough to really commit here. And if unless they use their Uber charge in this not so favourable position, I think this could be a mid to red. And he even drops Elikor as well. That's such, this is so bad for them. I mean, it's good of them to sort of force off that Uber from Enjoyed, but it's dropping your demo man in the middle of the Uber there. There was no way they were going to pick up that point.
It almost looked like Raph was caught in choke as well. It would have been really disastrous after losing Elikor, but he manages to hit a pretty nice surf away. And Kinty dies as he was trying to peek into choke. They're looking to fight choke. Both teams are trying to play a bit aggressive here. Neither team has Uber, and there's only like a 20% advantage for Denis Gaming, while they have one player down, so it's really even, and I just don't know which way this fight's going to go.
Yeah, I mean, so far everyone seems to be quite aggressive with the Ubers, just taking them in as soon as they can. As the way they've been playing, medics have been dropping like flies, so I guess just get those Ubers out while you can. But we do see here, they're kind of just shaping up on this mid. It does look like the blue team are going to be able to get the Uber up in time to fight this if they so choose. But yeah, just having a bit of a spam battle on this the choke point right now. But I wonder what they could maybe try and do. Glastrey trying to sort of clear stickies around. Maybe we're going to be seeing him. We did see Amma trying to go for some sort of skip jump. Unfortunately does fail, but it looks like he's just getting a rebuff and going to go for a launch again.
Nice damage from Elikor, actually hitting a good pipe. Like, it hit a demo for 100 and a scout for 50 or something. And, I think they were able to get a cleanup frag. I don't know if it was off the back of that pipe or that spam, but they're trying to do something with it. They're peeking choke a little bit, but Dream dies. I think that was on the flank. And Hinty playing it safe and just...
Yeah, I think Dream tried to come in through that IT area to get onto Enjoyed, but he wasn't quite able to get off that last rocket. Enjoyed doing really good to hold on that 29% or 29 health. We do see here Olga actually getting dropped in that push. That's really not something you want to be seeing. Does look like that Uber trade is it went from good to really bad in a millisecond. Glastrey even going down, Enjoyed going down, everyone just crumbling around each other. And if the blue team Elikor getting a nice ham kill onto Karnax or 96 degrees or whatever you want to call them, but yeah. Looking here, if they stack this point, they should be able to deny the forward spawns.
Yeah, I don't think that was even... When I first saw the push, I thought that was going to be something like an exchange, but I think Olga might have been going for a bomb for the medic, and I think he thought he was on point, so he jumped really high, and the medic was really close, and they just took an exchange and choke. And if you're taking an Uber trade when the enemy team doesn't have a demo, it's probably going to go well. That being said, Olga does get the counter frag onto Elikor as the blue team were coming into second, and Raph gets market garnered by Amma out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting that, but it's nice to see some shovel plays on land. Shout out to DD5M.
Yeah, Shovel Man will probably put that in his frag movie at some point or another. But yeah, it's just another situation where it's quite a close game, but they're just leapfrogging back and forward. Both Raph and Enjoyed really having to fight to hold on to their lives here. I mean, we just see again Olga really getting quite aggressive, 32 health in that choke point. He seems to like playing that aggressive demo man, going in and getting as much damage as he possibly can, but Alien gets the snipe onto Enjoyed, and again it just seems like these medics are having absolutely no luck staying alive and are barely getting out 2 Ubers with 1 life. It's just crazy to see. I mean, they're going to be able to... Oh, they don't quite block the point in time, but oh my god, Glastrey with a massive rocket onto Raph there. Just gets right in his face, and again, everyone just, as soon as you think it's going one way, they just completely wipe the opposite direction. Karnax taking a 1v1 with Clem, but Dream is there to be the insurance plan, but
and Olga's in, he dies
enough.
For the point, but manages to get the cap, somehow.
Yeah, that's
somehow.
Crazy. They just, everyone just... It's like the call was just feed now, and they get the point, and that was crazy, absolutely crazy, man.
It's crazy when you see TF2 that is like this kind of messy. It's hard to think that there's any structure behind it or like any ideas, but I think they are just playing like aggressively, and I think all the players probably value med picks a bit too much. But I mean, both teams are doing it, so it's not really like it's an advantage to one team. Anyway.
Yeah, definitely. We do
going into this mid, yeah, we see Denis Gaming trying to take the right side while the Golfer is sticking on left. Amma does die and Elikor does get the trade frag, but the position does look better for the Golfers, and I think they might be able to get some damage onto this mid.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Olga down to that 70 HP in IT there, but the heals are just so much better on the side of blue, where they are able to just walk into that second point. They haven't even capped off middle yet. They're just trying to see what they can do, but unfortunately this was not the time for them, and Alien is maybe going to get caught out if he's not careful. He does just use his face to just completely deny anyone trying to get in there, but The Uber is forced off of Enjoyed, and if Raph plays his cards right, this Uber could be so much better for him. He still hasn't forced it off. Olga going in for a massive bomb onto him, trying to use his skill stick to force off the Uber. He goes down to 32%, but the pain train just not enough to get that kill. And if Raph had been dropped there, I think he would not have been too happy with himself.
Yeah, and there's that, I mean, it's a similar trend from the last map, but I guess in a bit more of a silly fashion with the melee coming out from Olga, but Raph trusting his teammates to kill the aggressive players, and he doesn't need to use the Uber there. So 2 players down for red, and they're only spawning now. They don't really have any setup on last except the Karnak sniper, so Raph's going to be taking this Uber. He gets juggled in lobby, and he can't quite stay onto Doll. They're getting the frags anyway coming into the right side. They get Kinty, they get Enjoyed. They just need to play their positions now, get the frags, and play the point, and they should be able to cap this out. Glacier with the consolation frag. Olga might be able to get one as well, but it doesn't look like it.
Yeah, they're playing this so well there. They just take that Uber in, and despite getting juggled so hard, they just get in, get the good damage, and then once they've picked off Enjoyed, they just play their heals perfectly, get onto the point, and that's over.
It's a miracle what you can do when you have your medic alive, and he doesn't pop his Uber, like, wow.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we've obviously seen with your team, I mean, Honey likes to do that sort of stuff where he just doesn't force off his Uber, trusts his team, which I think a lot of medics don't do. They don't trust their teammates, and understandably so, to be honest. Whenever I play medic, panic pops everywhere. But yeah, we do see on this mid here, Olga taking a lot of ground on the middle, but the rest of his team tried getting aggressive, but they don't get good enough damage, and they're just going to have to back off into this choke, and they're getting absolutely stuffed by Doll, just getting, or Dream actually rather, just putting tons of damage into them, and it's just Olga and Enjoyed left alive. This situation we saw before. Alien, if he's feeling it, might try and get in there, but we do see the kill from Raph getting Olga down, but yeah, unfortunately I don't think they're going to be able to get the pick on Enjoyed, and Amarok, another one, just kind of feeding in there. But Enjoyed is only on 80% Uber, so if they don't play this right, this could be bad.
But because Enjoyed had no one to heal just then, they do have an Uber advantage, and they had enough time to make it work. I think they decided to have like 2 people on cap when they could have just left 1 scout and started pushing into last, and they would have been able to get onto Enjoyed, but now it's going to be an even Uber trade, so it could go either way here.
Yeah, we do see them taking this in. No picks are really coming off just yet, but I think red team right now are all getting backed off into spawn, and Alien is doing such a great job of focusing down that demo man. Doll there to clean it up, but with no demo man to spam the point, this could be really bad for them. Phalion just stops shooting the scout, tries to pressure the cap. Elikor could get some massive kills onto the point there, but he does take down Karnax, but they're just going to have to back out in the end. But yeah, I think maybe it could have worked out there if Alien had just sort of played the point a wee bit better, maybe. Just instead of focusing frags, just get on that point, see what he can do, but unfortunately in the end it's not going to be around for them.
Yeah, again, I think they could have, it's kind of like what was happening on Gully, where their priorities are a bit off pushing last. I think they could have played the cap a lot earlier. I saw Enjoyed flashed like 3 or 4 times very quickly, so even though it was even Ubers, there was about 50% of it, so like 4 seconds where Raph had Uber and none of the players for Denis Gaming did. And they could have made that into something. They could have like secured a couple of frags or played the point to force Denis Gaming to commit to defend, and they would have been able to get frags, but I don't know if they realized that he had flashed so many times, and they just didn't quite make the full use of that Uber. And in the end, it did end up screwing the pushover, so they're back onto second. It is even Ubers again. Kind of curious. I thought they would have maybe taken off classes after having people die, but they stuck with the cookie cart lineup, so maybe they're going to try and go for like a set play, or, you know, sack a player and get an off class after that. It's not quite as bad as Denis Gaming, where it's just a mixed team, so I think these guys might maybe have some ideas for set plays or strategy.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird. I mean, normally you see like at least a heavy or at least a sniper, especially at this LAN. A lot of people would be playing sniper, but Enjoyed actually goes down to Dream. What the hell happened there? He just drops his Uber through one.
That was insane. Dream was going into lobby, and he wasn't really being too careful about it. As we do see an Uber coming in second off the back of that pick from Dream, and it's cleaning up the frags. They should be able to get the point there. So yeah, as I was saying, before I speak too soon, actually, the frags coming in from Denis Gaming as the spawners come in, and they managed to defend. Wow, I thought they would be able to secure that, because with Dream's play, he was in lobby and he got spotted quite early, but he managed to get a jump in, and he got just 2 really clean rockets, just juggled up Raph and or juggled up Enjoyed and finished him off with a nice direct. So Credit to Dream, but I think his team, again, they rushed it a little bit too much, and they didn't really focus fire or play too safe, and they ended up not getting the frags before the respawners came in.
Yeah, they didn't really take time to buff everyone up before they went in there. Just as soon as they got that pick onto Enjoyed, which they again have just got a pick onto Enjoyed with a sniper. He's just not taking any care here, just going straight down. Olga going for his classic just throwaway bomb, but yeah, this is another situation where it was going so well for them, and then they've just gone in. Alien with another nut snipe onto Amarok, just taking his head right off his fucking head there. I'm really sorry for swearing there, didn't do that. But
we're Scottish.
There's too much Scottish people just going into the natural zone. But yeah, there's 100% Uber advantage up for Raf. There looks like again they're rushing this so much. Raf actually takes a pipe. Oh, that was so close. If Olga was just a little bit quicker there, he maybe could have got the drop onto Raf while he was trying to get that arrow. But the Uber does come out. Raf
they do manage to get good frags here. So if they can secure these last frags before the spawners come in, which it looks like they will be able to do, yeah, that is another pretty clean round. Again, it was quite risky aggression. Like they were going into last, and it was just I think it was Dream and Raf that were pushing in there, and like they got disconnected for a second, and Raf wasn't healthy, so they might not have been able to secure those frags, but the rest of them did come in just in time, and they managed to secure them. But yeah, it's looking a bit riskier than I would like. If I was on one of these teams, like if I was on Denis Gaming, I'd be looking to exploit that over aggression, and if I was on the Golfers, I'd be wanting to take things a bit slower.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we do see here actually Ama's done such a big bomb into behind here. He's created so much distraction for his team. It looks like 3 people have gone back to deal with him, and in the process, Dream actually sort of trying to work off of that. But the whole of Red Team has just got such better positioning. Ama really pulling it out for his team. He does die, but I mean, pulling so many people back to just try and get that one frag just allowed them to walk across that point, get the few frags that were still sort of wandering about there, and now they're going to be able to roll this onto second. But Enjoyed goes down to Elikor's trap. He's just not really 100% aware of what he's going into, and Raf 100% Uber, and as long as some sort of crazy play doesn't come out, this is going to be really good for the Rosary or whatever they're called.
Yeah,
Golfers.
I kind of feel bad for Enjoyed at this point. he's died like 3 times in the last 3 minutes to something just out of his control completely. Yeah. And I don't think Olga and I'm not sure if it's Amma or Class Street that's playing Pocket Soldier this map, but I don't think they're playing too much concern for like their medic. And it's a bit of a shame. I probably would be a bit tilted if I was Enjoyed. Yeah. But there's a back cap on just now. They're going to try and contest this so that they can get it. And they do block the cap and force the Uber, but I think the guy on second got killed, so in the end they end up just feeding 4 players. They might even wipe off this. I'm not quite sure where Kinty is. He's hiding in sewer. He doesn't get spotted. He might be able to get a trade frag, but I think the soldiers realized he's there, and his teammate Scout comes to back him up, and they do get the frag, so that is a wipe. Yeah, I think he missed both of it. He missed 2 shots on him, so the Dream just assumed that he was on his team and kind of just went about his business, but unfortunately Kinty not able to really make any sort of play off that. But we do see them. They're already in here, and Raf going down to 85 HP. Amma nearly getting a really good bomb onto him there, but it looks like the aggression has just been completely stopped. I mean, again, they're just not taking the time. Glastrier with the shotgun on last, getting a 2K with that.
Raf is actually on last, and he's going for the saws again. Is he going to get it? No, no. Trying to go for the Mural and God play there, where you go behind on that right-hand side, but unfortunately not going to work out for him. Not going to make any more crazy plays this time.
If I'm Denis Gaming right now, I'm thinking, we lost the first map, we need to win this map. We're 2 rounds down, but there's 7.5 minutes, and we just got the med pick, so we can roll into mid here, and they don't have heals, but Enjoyed's on his own, and there's a soldier on him, gets 1 nice rocket, jumping in to follow up, and he does get cleaned up by Kinty, so that was a good play from Kinty. Again, playing Pocket Scout pretty well, but they need to be taking space here and using this advantage. I don't think it's a good time to trade frag, and I don't think it was great for Karnax to die there, and because Olga died as well, they're not really in position to go into mid yet, even though they have an 80% Uber advantage. And at this point, you know, the clock's playing against them. Like, if they want to win this map, they need at least 3 rounds, or, you know, 2, and they could take it to a golden cap. But with 7 minutes left, and how back and forth this game's been so far in terms of the fights, I think they need to make this push count as they are trying to come in PC.
Yeah, I mean, definitely there. I mean, just a lot of people going over aggressive and leaving Enjoyed and Choke all by himself, but it looks like this time it's kind of working out in their favor. They do eventually get onto that midpoint and seal up the deal. The Uber was popped off, trying to get through there, so maybe Raf going to try and take this back in instantly and leapfrog this Uber. Enjoyed actually gets completely caught out. There's nothing he can do there. Just not quite used to the movement speed of the medic. I mean, he was on scout before, so maybe he's thinking he can get out a little bit faster. But yeah, this is just not going so well. But there is a back cap going on with Ama and Kinti, seeing if they can maybe try and get something out here. But Kinti falls to the hands of Clem, and then Clem also picks up Ama.
I feel like I can't spectate this game fast enough. Like,
I know, right?
They're pushing into second, and then there's someone backcapping on their second. I have to just fly around, and it's not fast enough. But what we saw in the mid there, again, it was like really unlucky for Enjoyed, as Olga bombs into mid on 8 HP and kills himself on the point. Yeah, we saw Olga and Glastry, the Pocket and Demo, like as they were backing out of mid, they jumped away out of choke and kind of forgot the fact that their medic can't jump with them, so Enjoyed was just left on his own and died in the choke. But I'm not sure how seriously Olga's taking this game at this point after what we saw in mid just now.
Yeah, I know there's been quite a few times where I think that's just the way he likes to play Demo Man. You think maybe going back to the 2008-9 days of Cadus, just jumping in, fragging everything. I think he's trying to maybe emulate that, but for his team it's not really working. We do see Dream actually sort of going in trying to get Enjoyed down before he gets that Uber, but he's got no one to heal, and it's just Enjoyed on this last, and unless Kinti stays with him long enough, he just couldn't build up that Uber fast enough, and that's the 5th round going in the way of the Golfers.
Again, I feel bad for Enjoyed. I think he was just playing on top. He's like, oh, I just need someone to heal. I don't want to have to go for a assault for this Uber, but it was just no one with him. And yeah, I think Enjoyed's probably not enjoying this game.
No, I think his name is a bit contradictory right now. I mean, not having the game of his life, let's just say that. But we do see Olga going down so quick. But oh my god, a fat shot from Elikor just completely denies that Glastry bomb, trying to go in behind an IT, but it's completely shut down. And Elikor just getting such good pipes. He picks up Enjoyed, and yeah, that's such a great mid from him there. He's just hitting all the pipes that you would ever want him to, stopping that soldier bomb and stopping that medic getting out of there. And Olga, we see him, he is in a rollout right now. Maybe he's going to try do one of his other bombs where he just goes in, Hail Mary play.
Yeah, with the sniper to mid there, and like Olga actually jumped to the top of the point at the start of the mid on like 40 HP after the jump, so I think Denis Gaming are just trying to have some fun at the end. I don't think they quite believe that they can do this in the 3 minutes and 30 seconds that's remaining, but I'm going to give them the benefit of doubt and assume that they can pull this off, because why not? Enjoy Glastry and Olga going down, so Ama and Kinti are going to have to do something ridiculous to hold this last. Kinti gets a pick onto Raph, but I don't think it'll be quite enough.
Yeah, Doll actually hitting quite a nice little shot into Kinti there to sort of finish off the round, but I think we're going into potentially the last round.
I'd quite like to see what Olga's going to come up with for this mid.
Yeah, let's get on his cam, I guess. He's been a quite an interesting player to see so far. I mean, I think, I don't know.
Doesn't have the full buff at the start of the rollout, fails the second jump, he's on 78 HP. I think he wants to jump. Oh my god, Elikor going down to the market corner for Ama. Olga playing across the point, and this looks like maybe a better mid than Denis Gaming have had so far. They've taken all the position, but Enjoyed walking up on his own, going for sauce, doesn't get anything. And yeah, after this wipe, I think we will be seeing the end of this game.
Yeah, only 2 minutes left. What is it? 4 rounds they've got to get. I have a feeling they maybe not get this. I mean, again, they could have maybe made that last mid work, but no one staying with Enjoyed. He kind of got hung out to dry, but I don't know. At least Ama got his meme shovel, another nice little strange counter on there. But Enjoyed again, getting taken down, and yeah, this is definitely looking like curtains.
They're meant to be having fun with it, and they're still not even off-glassing on last. I feel like that's the perfect time to go pyro and just go for some, you know, like a mean reflect to get like a 5k. But I feel like that's prime time. And also, pyro on LAN is nuts. I was playing it in pre-game earlier. I was getting all the reflects, you know?
Yeah, well, I guess there's no delay on the rockets, so there's no delay on your reflect rockets either. So you can maybe try and get a pyro v pyro, try and reflect the rocket back and forth. You never know. You could have some golf or whatever.
I don't know, maybe if they'll do it in the next game, but Nerdrage were they pushed out a last minute vaccinator a few times, and I was saying to the team, oh, we need to change something up. We're not playing against this correctly, so I called to get the pyro in. And it was
right.
It played pretty well, you know. I feel like pyro's pretty good.
Yeah,
Might
and I
be
think
seeing more of it.
in that situation you were against I think you were against the vaccinator as well, so it was the perfect opportunity to sort of bring in that third damage type, just kind of mix things up a bit.
Just to mess with their heads, you know, like,
you never know.
give them something else to think about.
What a story, Mark.
Yeah, this game, I feel like after the first map, I was like, there's more in it than just a 6-1, but I think it might have demoralized Denis Gaming a little bit.
Maybe.
I think they were like, alright guys, we lost the first map quite badly, we're probably going to lose this one, let's just have some fun and start drinking. I think that's
I think that's what everyone wants to do at this point.
Can't blame them, to be honest.
No, you really can't.
Hello, Turbo
We've
Tabs.
got Turbo Tabs.
Turbo Tabs coming in preemptively
that's
because he knows zeFrosty
right
won't be able to get the logs out.
That's the gully wash logs. Oh no, he doesn't even care anymore, he just assumes I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, he just doesn't care. What assumptive. Yeah, this is the game.
Who was the MVP, guys?
Oh, Olga, to be honest. Jumping in and dying on his own stickies. That was a great
That
play.
was a very good play, to be fair. I mean, only the best have ever done that, to be fair. Oh.
I don't know, I feel like Elikor kind of felt like he was pounding sometimes. Who else?
It looks like we do have the logs up right now for that game. They might be the wrong logs, but there's something there. Turbo Tabs is not fixing it. Again, absolutely useless.
Turbo Tabs, what are you doing?
Yep. We're here for the full Scottish cast, and we've got this Englishman ruining it.
This Englishman.
Classic.
Tabs, hurry up!
Oh no.
Right.
Are the logs really this important? I mean, I know that one of your games didn't even have logs.
Yeah,
that was
a really good game. We played so well that game.
That was one of the games that you definitely want to look at the logs.
We were all disappointed. Yeah, we were so eager to see the logs because we all had like really insane KDs. We just rolled a Viaduct game, you know. Yeah,
because I was sitting beside Funds and I'm pretty sure he'd just changed his mouse and then he goes 30 and 6 or something like that.
That was the first map he's played this LAN where he didn't have a mouse that was disconnecting like intermittently. And even though it's a new mouse, like it's
still better.
It's fun. This guy can just aim. So I think he was like 30 for 5 or something. But enough talking about my team.
Yes.
We're not playing this game. Let's
not
look at these logs. Yeah.
But yeah, we do actually have the
very similar story to the last map with the frags from the combo players for the Brocante team, the golfers, and low death as well. Like if you sort by death, you see Raph, Alien, Doll, and Elikor all lower deaths than everyone on Denis Gaming, and with a good amount of frags. And like I was expecting, Elikor just putting out that damage, pretty much pounding that game.
Yeah, he was doing absolutely incredible, as we see here, up at the top with 362 damage. I mean, he was hitting some crazy pipes that whole